Scientists and UFO researchers weigh in on the Congress Subcommittee hearing. Prominent figures, including Professor Brian Cox of the UK and MUFON Director David MacDonald, have offered up their reactions. It's no surprise that after this week's UFO hearing, which heard from witnesses including David Grush, who claimed that the US government had found non-human biologics at UFO crash sites, there would be a notable reaction from others with an interest in the field. One such example was physicist Brian Cox, who shared his thoughts on Twitter. He wrote, "I keep being asked what I make of the UFO thing in Congress yesterday, so here it is. I watched a few clips and saw some people who seemed to believe stuff, saying extraordinary things without presenting extraordinary evidence." So in other words, again, it was just verbal and there was no evidence given whatsoever. Now, therefore, I have, he says, nothing more to say other than it would be great if true. It would take a bit of the pressure off our civilization if we weren't the only means within the Milky Way by which the universe understands itself, end quote. Now, sadly, as of today, I still feel that pressure, so can we perhaps focus on not messing our world up rather than hoping that, to paraphrase Sagan, someone will float down to save us from ourselves? Former MOD UFO researcher Nick Pope of the UK, meanwhile, was more positive. He said, "Something is going on in our airspace, and it's not just UFO enthusiasts saying this. This is now coming from the government. They have declassified some US Navy videos of these things. There have been 2 reports from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, some previous congressional hearings, and more to come, and NASA's doing a study," end quote. David MacDonald, Executive Director of the Mutual UFO Network, that's MUFON, also commented on the hearings. He said, "They're starting to admit they most certainly do have crash material." This is what he told Spectrum News. "They have intact spacecraft, period," he says. "I have pictures of supposed crash site materials. The amount of evidence is overwhelming. There are people sitting in prison today convicted on the tiniest fraction of evidence that we have to support our position that there is other life out there." And this is from Newsweek, and it's on Unexplained Mysteries by T.K. Randall. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.